Are you tired of always getting the same results? Would you like to live a happier and fuller life but have no idea where to start? If this is the case, just stay with us. Because for you to live the life you want, what you can do is just copy our guests. Since they could do it, that means that you can do it too. Enjoy our video. Mwah! How are you?
Hello, Anna. I'm so happy to be here with you.
That's
fantastic. And I'm happy to know you're doing well during this coronavirus thing.
Thank you so much for being with us. For all of you, I met Miriam some years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. We had the pleasure of being platinum partners with Tony Robbins at the same time. So we share several seminars. I met her there and I followed her career ever since, which changed so much. Miriam has a beautiful, big heart, and her purpose in life is to share with others and to add value, 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 value. And she has been kind enough to be with us today. It's Saturday evening. She's so busy giving lots of webinars and classes and stuff, but she's found the time to be with us. So without further ado, Miriam.
Namaste. Thank you so much. Well, Anna, I'm just so happy to be here with you and happy to be here with all of you. And Anna asked me to share a little bit of my life experience. I'm a global master coach, and what I love to do is to live, not to exist. Most people are existing. They don't even know what they're doing here. When people ask me what I do for a living, I said, what do you mean? Because I live my mission. What is my mission? My mission is to learn, to grow, and to give back to people. I feel very fortunate because I always have the opportunity to learn and to give back. I'm Brazilian. I was born in Brazil, in São Paulo. São Paulo is the third largest city in the world. There is a lot of competition here, but competition in my life started at a very early age. When you are in a family where there are boys and you're the only girl, I mean, not the only girl, because I was the youngest, you start comparing. You know, like boys can do things and girls cannot. And when you start comparing, you start feeling less. And there are 3 words that make us suffer when we feel less powerful, less beautiful, less rich, whatever. When the other word would be loss, when you feel you've lost something, you've missed an opportunity, you know, you've lost somebody that you love, or never, you know, that I'll never be able to be like my brothers, I will never be respected, or I'll never be loved. So at a very early age, I could feel the difference between boys and girls. And then since then, I've been doing my best to prove the world that I am worthy of respect, that I'm worthy of love. But it was very recent that I found out that I had been operating from a place of greed and ambition.
Thank you for saying that. That's very humble. That's very humble.
I've been to India 8 times so far. I do intend to go back. Every time I go there, well, people tell me, Miriam, you're always traveling. and you're always having fun. I said, yeah, that's true. I'm always traveling and I'm always having fun. But people don't know exactly what you go through when you really want to grow. When I go to India, it's not about visiting palaces. And that place, for instance, that looks like a beautiful palace is actually a point of energy for meditation. And one of the things that I do is to meditate. Meditation is to do nothing. Actually, you empty your mind. You learn that you have a mind, but you're not your mind. You have thoughts, but you're not your thoughts. You have emotions, but you're not your emotions. You have a body, but you're not your body. You're much more than that. You're pure awareness. Well, what is it to become aware? Let's say that you're driving a car and it's your favorite car or your dream car. And you are on a road and it's very dark and you don't have your headlights on. What's going to happen? You're going to be on a road that you don't know and it's dark and the lights are not on. You probably crash into something. You can hurt yourself, hurt somebody else, hurt an animal, hurt a tree. Why? Because you don't have your headlights on. The lights, in this case, represent your awareness. Most people are living without knowing what they're doing. I'm not talking about heading for, because I don't believe that life is a journey. Life is not a journey. Life is like music. When you're listening to music, do you want the music to finish? Do you want the end to arrive? No. What do? You enjoy. You enjoy the rhythm. You enjoy the notes. If it's a song, you enjoy the lyrics, the words, right? Mm-hmm. When you're dancing, if you're dancing tango, you don't want it. You don't want to stop dancing, or you don't start dancing by saying, when are we going to finish, right? You enjoy every single step of the dance. So the reason why I'm here is to tell you that you don't have to become to achieve something. You just have to be who you truly are and go step by step. Starting now by being present, just by asking yourself, am I being present? Am I giving Anna and all of you undivided attention? In India, what some of my teachers were teaching me, one of the things was about concentration, focusing on the experience that is unfolding in front of you right now. What I feel is that most people, and I am included in this package, they do not live in the moment. We are always dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Some people feel that it's normal to feel anxious. It's normal. It's okay to feel worried, fearful, sad, depressed. And I'm here to say that it's not okay. I know pain is a part of life, but the suffering is optional. If something bad happened to you in the past, you don't have to dwell on it. But you don't have to go to the future. Just be present. Let go. I'm also here to tell you that it's fun when you let go. When you let go of your ego, when you let go of your worries, when you let go of your anxiety, when you let go of your habit of needing to control what cannot be controlled. I was telling Anna that we live in two worlds, the external world and the internal world. And we cannot control the external world, but we believe that that's what we should do. I want to control the economy. You cannot. I want to control my husband. I want to control my employees. I want to control my... People are obsessed about control. That's why there are so many people who are feeling frustrated, anxious, worried, feeling angry.
Stressed.
We cannot control the future. What?
Very, very stressed.
Very stressed.
Yeah.
Yes. Tony says that stress is a modern word for fear. But executives are not, they're not going to say, I am fearful. Of course not. They're going to say, I'm stressed. Right?
Exactly.
But stress, what are fears? Fears are stories we tell ourselves. And the story you tell is the life you live. I'm a transformer of O&O Academy. As a transformer, I'm learning to transform my own consciousness so that I can impact more people. And then these people can impact more people. And then together we can have a transformed world. What is a transformed world? A transformed world is when you make that shift from I consciousness, my company, my name, my family, me. You make that shift into one consciousness. I am you, you are me, we are one. When we understand that if the other is in a suffering state, we can't evolve. We are responsible for the other because we are all connected. People go in search of purpose. What's your purpose in life? Before going in search of purpose, one of my mentors, Pritaji, who is a co-founder of O&O Academy, says, go in search of connection. What is connection? Connection is compassion. Connection is gratitude. Connection is sensitivity. Connection is inclusivity. Anna asked me to share with you, to share a moment of my past when I had to overcome.
That was a challenge because we all go through challenges. So
well, my life is full of challenges every day.
Yeah.
But when I think of one particular challenge, maybe it was when my father passed away when I was 21 years old. He was shot. He was murdered. And when that happened, I turned to my oldest brother, who is a physician, and I asked him, what is good about this? Because my father always told us to keep a smile on our faces and to see beauty where there seems to be none. What is the beauty here? And he turned to me and he said, be grateful. If he had survived, he would be vegetating in bed. At that particular moment, my heart filled with gratitude because my father had lived such a happy life. He had a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. He was really a joyful person. And it would have been terrible for him to spend the rest of his life in bed. So at that moment, I felt grateful because I had had a great father. He taught me to be happy, to see beauty where nobody else can see beauty. And when you make decisions from a beautiful inner state, and in my case, I was in a state of gratitude, I made a wonderful decision. When you make a decision from a beautiful state, the outcome is great. I decided that I was not going to suffer, that life is too short to suffer, and that I was going to live a happy life. Wow. And what is a happy life? I say that the universe does not care if you are happy. The universe wants you to grow, because when you grow, you can give something. And Tony says, right, Anna, that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure.
Yeah.
And how can you feel fulfilled? When you give, when you have something to give. If you don't have money to give, you see, you have a word to give, you have a smile to give.
Yeah, and what you were saying before as well, Miriam, because when you say be in the moment, be very present, that's something that we can give others, is when you're talking to us, when we're talking to them, be fully engaged, thinking on the words that they're saying to us, connecting with them rather than thinking, will she ever shut up? I have to do the laundry. Or my husband is waiting for me and we are supposed to go out with his friends and I don't want to go. Or, oh, I forgot to bring the bin out, or whatever it is. When we're talking to somebody, let's give them our full attention.
Exactly.
Full
and
attention.
For those who are afraid of public speaking, for instance, what I tell these people is the following. It's not about you. If you've been invited to give a speech, to give a lecture, to share something, it's because you have something to give. So do not focus on yourself. Focus on what you have to give. Focus on your audience. How can I serve you? This is the shift that I'm talking about, is when you make that shift from the me. Will they like me? Will I be able to impress them? We don't need to impress anybody. We just need to help if we can, share if we can, because there is no division. I am my audience. My audience is me. I was in New Delhi giving a talk to MBA students at the New Delhi Institute of Management. And in one of my talks, there were 500 MBA students. At 5 in the morning, I went to a beautiful garden next to my hotel. And I went there at 5 to meditate. You know, it's 24 hours to get there from Brazil. But I wanted to wake up early to meditate, to connect to the source, a higher source, and to be able to give. And when I was on stage, I felt no separation. I could feel every single student in that room. And we had lots of fun.
Beautiful.
And life is about, I know it's about growing and giving, but it's about having fun. I like that song. All I want to do is have some fun. Because we have to deal with things that we don't want to do, right?
As well, yeah.
And Michael Singer, he says, if you don't want to do it, you do it. Just do it. Yeah. But do it with a smile. It changes everything. Start with your body. Start with your face. You don't want to do it? Smile. Okay, let's do it. Then breathe. Remember to breathe. The best way for you to be in contact with yourself is through your breathing. We haven't been breathing properly. We have to breathe deeply and slowly to connect. Well, we were talking about the external world. We cannot control the external world, but we can control the internal world through our breathing. Just if you stop 3 times a day to breathe like this, inhale, 1, 2, exhale, using your nose, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then again, 1, 2, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, and you do it again. 1, 2, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you want to close your eyes, or you can look down and observe the emotion that's arising. And what is the thinking behind that emotion? Is your thinking in the past? Is your thinking in the future? Or is your thinking in the now? Just observe, don't judge. So let's say that the emotion that is arising at that moment is sadness. Okay, what is the thinking in the past? If it's in the past, I'm disconnected. But okay, just observe. As if you were sitting and at a beautiful place, looking at the horizon, observing the clouds, and each cloud is an emotion. Observe the flow of your emotions. Okay, from sadness, you go to loneliness, and then from loneliness to frustration. And then all of a sudden you are in the future feeling anxious, and then worried, and then feeling fearful. Or maybe you are in the now, feeling happy, feeling healthy, feeling energetic, feeling peaceful. Just observe your feelings, your emotions. By observing, you can become more aware, and you won't crash in that beautiful car in the dark on a road, because you are aware of what's going on inside of you. The point is, people are always looking outside. I want love, so I'm going to look for a person to love outside. First, you have to learn to love yourself. So, okay, you give yourself a hug. Don't expect love to come from the external world. You have to have love in your internal world. Some people want to feel abundant or secure, and they believe that money in the external world is going to make them abundant and secure. No. Look for that confidence within you. Everything you want for your life, find in yourself first. Because you won't get it in the other world, external world, where you have no control. But in your internal world, you can find all the confidence you need, all the joy you need, all the abundance you need, all the creativity you need. And remember what Tony says, where focus goes, energy flows. Focus on solutions. Focus on what you have. Focus on what you are. Don't focus on what's missing. Otherwise, you're going to live a miserable life.
Ask yourself better questions, which is what Tony says as well. Ask yourself better questions.
Ask yourself better questions. Like, what's good about this? But that I learned in my childhood. What's good about this?
How could I do this?
Yeah, some people say, what's good about, there's nothing good. I said, no, focus on what's good. You will find it. What's good about this? What is not perfect yet? What are you willing to do in order to make it the way you want it? What are you no longer willing to do in order to make it the way you want it? And the last question is, how can you do that and enjoy this process?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Wonderful, 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 Miriam. Just amazing. I've been experiencing the presence of your presence. Thank you so much for that. I've been feeling so much peace while you were talking. It's just amazing. Because your energy absolutely goes with what you're saying. You're walking the talk, and there's so much coherence there that I could feel it, even though I'm on the other side of the globe. So for that, thank you.
I was telling you about the breathing. This breathing exercise is very good. It takes just 3 minutes. And if you don't have 3 minutes, then you don't have a life.
Exactly.
But I'm sure that you do have a life. And you want to live this life. You don't want to simply exist, right? So stop. There is the art of pausing. When you pause, you breathe deeply and slowly 3 times. Then you observe the emotions that are arising and the thinking behind each and every emotion without judging. But the last step, Anna, I haven't shared with you, is when you imagine the flame of a candle here moving into the middle of your brain, the middle of the prefrontal cortex. Just focus on that light and put a smile on your face. And if you have positive thoughts or negative thoughts, just visualize your thoughts being dissolved in the light. And then you open your eyes. By doing this 3 times a day or as many times as you wish for 28 days in a row, you will experience transformation. Transformation in your consciousness. And what we need now is a revolution. It's a revolution in consciousness.
Indeed. Challenge accepted.
Very good.
If people want to reach you, Miriam, what do they send? Where do we send them to?
Okay, first of all, everybody's welcome to come to beautiful Brazil. Just come to Brazil. Of course, after the coronavirus crisis. And you can go to my Instagram, Miriam Magalhães .mastercoach.
Okay, we put it down below.
And my website, miriammagalhães.com. And then you have my YouTube, everything you can, you know.
Okay,
You,
so
my,
put
my,
everything down
my
below.
cell phone, you can reach me. I'm here, you know, I like to be useful. Please make my life worth living. If there is something I can do for you, let me know. You can contact me.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Miriam. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Love you, and I miss you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.